Guys, let's talk about Love is Blind Habibi. Cause what? I have been waiting for so long for the Love is Blind Habibi, the UAE version or the Arab version. And I don't know what I was expecting, but I was expecting it to be better than what I got. For anyone that's new to my page, I'm a huge fan of the Love is Blind franchise, and I was super excited when we were gonna have an Arab version. It got released on October 10th, and it was not what I was expecting at all. If you haven't watched this season yet and you plan on doing so and you do not want any spoilers, I would tell you to pause the video here now because this is gonna be full of spoilers. One thing Love is Blind is going to do is find a married couple to host the show. And the Arab version was no different. It was hosted by celebrity Arab couple, Saudi couple to be precise. And I like their hosting. It wasn't bad. I mean, they threw in the cliche jokes that, Nick and Vanessa sometimes, throw in. So it was a bit cringe sometimes, but in general, they did a great job. They didn't do too bad. Now let's talk about the couples themselves. So the couples that we got from the pods were Dunya and Shafiq, Simo and Hajar, Mido and Noor, Amar and Karma, Asma and Khattab, and Muhammad and Safa. So later on, Asma and Khattab actually go off the show for a little bit, but then they make a return later on. Let's get into Simo and Hajar first of all. Now, Simo and Hajar are both Moroccans, and if you know anything about Moroccans, they have very strong, fiery personalities. So from their pairing, I already knew this was gonna be either really good or really bad. It turned out to be the latter. So Simo is a very, in my opinion, very egotistical man. He thinks he's God's gift to women, and he is very traditional, yet you are on Love is Blind. Okay. And then he sort of, I don't know, I don't want to use the word demean, but he sort of demeans women with this controlling attitude that he has. Oh, like, you can't do this, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't do that, I'm offended by what you just said. Like, he has anger issues that he needs to sort out. As there were certain things that he said that I agreed with, but in general, his personality as a whole needs to take several seats. But then Hajar also was like, there were things she said in the pods that were just a little bit eye-raising. And then when she and Simo were on a date outside of the pods, there was a way she spoke to the waitress that I didn't quite appreciate, and that sort of gives you a bit of an insight into her character. She's one of those girls who knows she's pretty, who feels like she can talk to people anyhow just because she is. And so I think she and Simo, their relationship didn't work out because of their egos. They were both very egotistical people, but Simo's ego was like on 1,000%, and hers was probably like on 150 or something. Then there was Dunya and Shafiq. Initially, when they paired up, I loved this pairing. I was like, okay, I think these two are gonna make it. But then outside of the pods, I started to see red flags. I started to see a whole lot of red flags with Shafiq, because Shafiq in the pods, to me, was such a smooth talker and made it seem like he was a one-girl man. And he might be, I don't know. But from what I saw outside of the pods, Shafiq is not as innocent as he claims to be. And Dunya, oh, bless her heart. I feel like she has such a sweet personality. She's so bubbly, but I definitely feel like she was too young to come on the show, because I think Dunya was just 22 or 24, something like that. And I'm like, what are you looking for on here? I mean, I get it. Everyone has plans for their life and things like that. But then I think she should have been a bit more patient to do things more organically. And I do not think she's prepared for marriage, to be very honest. Spoiler alert, they did not get married, and that was evident. Like, towards the end, it was evident they were not going to, because they're compatible on perhaps, say, a boyfriend-girlfriend level, but as husband and wife? Okay, Mido and Noor. First of all, Noor, like I said before, guys, I try my best not to say anything negative about anyone. If I can't say anything nice, I'm gonna just try to keep quiet. But Noor, I don't know who she thinks she is, but she's not it. Because she gives this, I don't know whether it's part of the persona she just wanted to portray on TV. I don't know. But from what we saw, she gave this very mean girl vibe. Like, I'm pretty and I'm beautiful and I have standards. And it was cringe, for lack of a better word. And the guy she paired up with, Mido, I actually like him and his personality, but viewers could tell they weren't going to match up because, first of all, Noor is someone who, I don't know why she came on the show Love is Blind, because for people like Noor, love is not blind. Love is definitely not blind. If she were to go blind, she would go get surgery to fix it. But yeah, so for her to come on a show like that, I don't know what was going on. And she paired with Mido, who visually they're not the same because of the height, not because he's ugly or anything. No, Mido is actually attractive, and in my opinion, Noor is the one who, I don't know, her face looks like it was drawn on, but okay. But yeah, statistically, like, you would see Noor and you would see Mido on the outside and you would be like, no, I don't think they pair up. And that's actually true because Mido is a down-to-earth guy and, like, he's laid back, funny dude. He tends to be serious when he needs to be, which is fine. But with Noor's personality, they were just not compatible at all. Okay, so Esma and Khattab, I don't know how I feel about their pairing. I really, really, really like Khattab. I think he's such a cool guy. I think he comes from a really nice family. I think, like, Khattab is, like, top tier dude. Asma, on the other hand, I think she's a good person. Yeah, that's it. Whether she's for Khattab, I don't think so. Again, spoiler alert, she ended up saying no when they were meant to get married, and I wasn't surprised. I was not surprised because I don't even think her family was in support of this. And it was kind of obvious that she wasn't going to say yes to him if her family wasn't in support of it. So why they went all the way to the end beats me. But hey, but Khattab is a good guy. He deserves, the best. And I hope Asma is going to be willing to give him that at some point. Okay, Ammar and Karma. First of all, Ammar, chef's kiss, okay? He's a dentist, looks good, so love is truly not blind. Now, Ammar paired with Karma. Karma is this pretty girl, but she was doing this thing with the fans I found to be very annoying, but I don't know. Again, maybe the persona she's trying to portray on TV. I don't know. They paired up in the pods. Why they even made it out of the pods, I do not know. Because Ammar is, again, quote unquote, a traditional man, right? He doesn't mind his wife working or doing whatever, yada, 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 but he will not have his wife dancing. He don't want his wife dancing for an audience. And Karma, on the other hand, loves dancing. And they had both discovered this in the pods. But then they still went on ahead to get engaged. Like, you already get the sense that you're not compatible. Why go out? I don't get it. Like, I get Ammar's not wanting his wife to dance and Karma wanting to dance. Okay, that's fine. So you guys are not meant to be together. Why are you guys together? So here's the thing. Ammar thought he could convince Karma to drop that idea. I will never have my wife dancing. And Karma was giving the vibe like, okay, I'll think about it. But that girl knew she wasn't going to give up shit. She knew she was not going to give it up. But then later on, went out of the pods, they decide to call it quits. Then we have Safa and Muhammad. Again, spoiler alert, they were the only couple who successfully got married. And, I don't really have much to say about them. Safa, I think, is a well rounded lady. I think she has given herself time to grow as a person, as a woman. And I think she's definitely ready for this next stage of her life, which is marriage. And Muhammad, I think, I don't know, I'm a bit skeptical about Muhammad. Honestly, I pray to God and I hope that he's going to be a good husband, but he just seems to me like a very smooth. He is in love with Safa. We can see that, yes. But then he is, I don't know, I feel like he's too much of a smooth talker, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like we didn't see all of him during the show. Like, we didn't see all of him. So I don't know. I hope he doesn't give Safa too many surprises afterwards, But in general, they're a good couple. I like their match and I wish them all the best. Now, even though I watched Love is Blind Habibi, it was nice, but honestly, I don't think they should do it again. I do not think they should do it again because I don't know, there were just certain elements that were missing that I missed from the regular Love is Blind. And the fact that we only had one successful couple was, I don't know, was very disappointing for me. So I don't think Arabs are cut out for the Love is Blind, narrative or experiment, as they call it. Anyways, it wasn't a bad watch. It was interesting. You guys can check it out. What is my rating for this particular season? I don't know. It's like a 6.5 or something.
انت مش بس